Hello, I am Dr. Darnita L. Payton of Dr. Declutter Life Management, where an organized and functional life is our goal. We don't judge, we help. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by my channel today. I am so grateful that you are here. Before you leave, please do me a favor, give this video a like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 5 people you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, today we're going to talk about procrastination. And as you can see, today's title is Now, Later, or Someday. Overcoming procrastination in 5 simple steps. Have my trusty clicker here, wireless presenter for the rest of the world, and my notes. And so let's jump right in. All right, procrastination. We've heard that word before. It's a complex series of behaviors, or it's the way that you think. And I am in no way minimizing the complexities and the sometimes difficult path that you've had to travel to overcome procrastination. So I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to show yourself a lot of grace. Be kind, show grace to yourself, especially if procrastination has been a struggle for you. Now, at some time in our lives, all of us will procrastinate. But the point that I'm trying to make here today is that you don't want it to become a way of life or a behavior that you repeatedly repeat. So in this video, I will equip you with the tools to help you on this journey. I will present to you 5 simple steps to help you to start on the path to overcoming procrastination. All right. I love this. I'm so excited about this one for you all today. So, what, where, when, how, and why? If you remember back in school when you were writing a story, this may sound a little familiar because, in a story you had to give certain answers for certain parts of the story. Who, what, where, when, and how, I believe. Hope my English teacher is proud I remembered that. But today I'm asking you what, where, when, how, why. We've all heard or used that word, the dreaded word procrastination, right? It's an avoidance behavior. It simply means, in its simplest form, that you pause, give great thought to, avoid like no one's business the task or tasks that you need to complete by a certain behavior, by a certain deadline. You use behaviors to avoid completing a task by a certain deadline. In other words, it's putting things off until later. Someday, tomorrow, or never. Sound familiar? Perhaps you haven't even engaged in that behavior yourself. Perhaps you're doing it right now by watching this video when you know that you should be doing something else. Although, I'm going to give you a pass for now, just for today. And while I certainly appreciate that you've taken the time to watch this video, I want you to, as soon as you're done, get back to that task that you've been avoiding, the one you really should be doing, because you're procrastinating. It's okay, just for now. Just this once, I won't let it slide, but only once. All right, so we procrastinate, you procrastinate, I procrastinate for many reasons. It could be a perceived lack of time. It could be poor order to your day. It could be poor structure to your day. It could be that the task is unpleasant, or it's boring, or you experience some level of anxiety or fear, all of which lead to the avoidance behavior known as procrastination, which leads to your choice, the choice that you make to do nothing. Yes, procrastination is a choice. I know, mind-blowing, hadn't given it thought. Most people just assume that, procrastination is something that happens to them. Oh, well, it was unavoidable. No, it was the avoidance behavior. So let's let that sink in. Procrastination is a choice. Thankfully, I have awesome news for you. I'm sharing, again, 5 simple steps for you to help you overcome procrastination today, as soon as you finish watching this video. All right, so let's move on to number 1. Number 1 is time it. And so you can use whatever method of time management tool that you would like. I often use time timers when I am working with clients, and I love it because you can see the time, it just goes away. It just moves as you progress through your day or through your task. And I don't have this one on, but it's something very satisfying about seeing that red become white. And this isn't sponsored, by the way, but it could be. Or you could, I mean, simplicity. You could use your phone, and you could use the timer that's on your phone. For example, I have mine set up here, and you could just set it to go for say 10 minutes, and then you go for what you know, for what you need to do. Let me stop that so that it does not go off in 10 minutes. So I want you to choose one task out of a list that I want you to make. So you're going to make a list of all of those things that you've been avoiding. And then you're going to choose one. Because again, if you're like most people, you tend to overestimate how long it takes for you to complete a task. So you choose not to do it. And you become ineffective, you become immobile, you become paralyzed, which leads again to the decision to procrastinate. So again, make that list, choose one, and time it. Again, you can use your phone's timer, you can use a kitchen timer, you can use a stand timer. You can count on your fingers and your toes. It does not matter the timepiece you use. I just want you to make a note of how long it actually takes for you to complete that task, for you to finish and check that off of your to-do list. Again, if you're like many, you will find that you procrastinated longer than it took for you to actually complete the task. I know, mind blowing again. Yeah, mind just gone. So you're going to time it. That's the first step. All right, second step is you're going to talk about it. If you saw my video on 25 random facts about me, you will know that I engage in self-talk or self-speech. Basically, that means that I talk to myself. I'm a huge fan of talking things out. If you see me on the street, okay, pre-coronavirus or post-coronavirus, because you're probably not going to see me on the street during a pandemic. Um, but if you see me pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, and I'm at a light or I am alone, but I'm talking, I'm usually talking to Jesus or myself, or I'm talking to Jesus about myself because I need some help to overcome likely maybe some procrastination that I've engaged in that day. Yes, it happens. It happens to all of us. I am not immune, but I want you to talk to yourself and ask yourself, why am I procrastinating? You will likely be surprised that you already know the answer. I love this part when I'm working with someone because they'll say, well, I don't know why I do the things that I do. And then we talk through it, or I give them this assignment to talk to themselves, and they come back and they pretty much know why they do it. Again, one of the reasons maybe that I talked about before. It's unpleasant, it's boring. Maybe you don't have, all the skills or the talents that you need to do it. So you feel, well, I might as well not do it instead of asking for help to get the task completed. So there are many, many reasons why you procrastinate. And so back to the self-talk or the self-speech. You already know the answer and you tell yourself what the answer is. And if if you are sitting in your car or you are happen to walk down the street, don't worry if people will look at you with the side eye because you are practicing your self-speech. You are helping yourself to overcome procrastination. So you are too busy overcoming this procrastination to care, to be concerned what people may think about you. So keep it moving and ignore uh, the looks that you might get. It's okay. All right, so you've timed it, you talked about it. Now you're going to set a date. Refer, if you will, back to the title of the seminar, and it's right up there, the webinar, the video. Now, later, or someday. You're looking at it? You hearing me? You're listening? Okay. So where on a calendar is later, and where on a calendar is someday, or where on a clock is later? I've seen 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 12. I've never seen later 30 or later o'clock. And I love to do this when I'm working with someone, when they say, well, I'll get to that someday. And I'll pull out my calendar and I'll say, okay, now I see Sunday through Saturday, and I see that we're in August currently, and we're in the year 2020, and I see all of that, the 1st through the 31st perhaps. Show me on the calendar where Sunday is. then they look at me as to say, what? There is no someday on the calendar. Exactly, but that's what we tell ourselves. And again, back to self speech, it's very important the things that we tell ourselves. So let go of someday and let go of later unless you're putting a time frame on both. So yeah, I love it. They're like, what? Are you serious? You're asking me about later or someday? Yeah, I am. So after the perplexed look leaves their face, we move on, as we're going to do right now. So set a start and an end date for your task. Do not worry, it is not set in stone, unless, of course, you're working with me, then it absolutely is. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. Setting a date gives you a sense of control, and it gives you a sense of purpose, and also gives you a beginning and an end. It's a contract, if you think about it, with yourself to get this thing done because you are on your way to overcoming procrastination. So you're going to set a date. And by setting that date, it'll let you know what needs to be done when. It gives you a specified time, and that's always good. And then you remain accountable. Even if it's just to yourself, you remain accountable because you have set that date. And let me tell you, it is a joy when you get to this step and you get to knock all of those things off of your list. You're overcoming procrastination like a champ, and you get to celebrate. And we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, you notice I said later. I was joking. You'll get to that in step number 5. See how I did that? I gave you a date. I gave you a number when it's coming. No procrastination. All right. Number 4 is to pace yourself. Breathe. Life is a journey with a few sprints scattered here and there, but mainly we're pacing ourselves, right? Because life is a gift, and you don't want to just run through life. You want to enjoy it. So take the time, slow it down, pace yourself. It's the same way with overcoming procrastination. You have likely engaged in this behavior for a minute or two, 2 years, 2 decades, whatever, because you're overcoming it today. That's in the past. Your procrastination ends today because you are now on the road to overcoming it. Yay! So while I encourage you to do your best, do not overdo it. It's sort of like exercising. Remember, number 4 says pace yourself. If you've not exercised in a while, you likely don't want to go out and run a marathon or try and lift 50-pound weights or do a HIIT workout. And if you don't know what a HIIT workout is, it's high intensity interval training, or what I like to call it is, hello, I'm insane today, HIIT, because HIIT is serious. It's effective, but it's serious. So if you've been sedentary, you wouldn't, just go right out and start on an intense HIIT workout. It's the same thing with overcoming procrastination. I want you to take measured steps. Okay? So you want to ease into it like you would into, your exercise routine. I don't want you to become overwhelmed, and I don't want you to give up. So remember that list that I challenged you to write? Time it, remember? All right. So let's pick 1 or 2 tasks from that list, and I want you to complete those 2 tasks. And once you are successful, because you will be successful, you will want to knock off the rest of those things on your list. It becomes this sort of snowball effect. You've built in so much success, and you get to see all of these things knocked off your list that you want to keep going. So you may add, to that 10 minutes that you had originally planned when you were timing it. All right. So you're pacing yourself. All right. And as I promised, congratulate and celebrate is the 5th step to you overcoming procrastination in these 5 simple steps. I am all about congratulating myself. Good job. You're awesome. Way to go, you. Yay, me. And celebrating successes. And I celebrate my failures too, but that's for another time. I can do an entire video on celebrating your failures. For now, I hope that you are ready to overcome procrastination. And I hope that you are ready to celebrate that you've made the decision to overcome procrastination. Again, you've made the decision. It's not just happening to you. It's just not going to happen by osmosis. You actually have to put in the effort and you are going to do it. So say that. Remember self talk? I am going to overcome procrastination starting today. Now I'll wait for you to say it. Great job. All right. And you said that with conviction. I'm proud of you. So you've made the decision because you've gotten to this fifth step and you're going to overcome procrastination starting today. And you're going to do an awesome job of it. Be sure to come back and let me know in the comments that you did. So now that we're done here, I want you to get back to that task that you were avoiding by watching this video. Now, I appreciate that you took the time to watch this video, but remember all the things that I told you just in this very short video right here. So you're going to time it. You're going to talk about it, self-talk, self-speech, however you want to describe it. That's what you're going to do, and you're going to be successful. That was a bonus. So time it, talk about it, set a date, pace yourself, and then you're going to congratulate yourself and celebrate. I want to repeat those one more time. You're going to time it. You're going to talk about it. You're going to set a date with yourself, and it's not going to be later or Sunday. You're going to pace yourself, and then you're going to congratulate and celebrate. So in closing, remember in the 5 simple steps that I presented for you here today, you too can and will overcome procrastination. You're going to time it. How long did it actually take you to complete that task you've been avoiding? You're going to talk about it. Yes, self-speech, self-talk, it is effective. And you're going to set a starting date and you're going to set an end date. And if you need to even break that down into smaller dates and times, feel free to do that. This is your life, so you get to determine how you're going to do this. You're going to pace yourself so that you do not become overwhelmed and you just give up. That giving up is not an option. That wasn't on the list. No, it did not make the list. So again, you don't want to become overwhelmed, so you're going to pace yourself. And then you're going to congratulate yourself and you're going to celebrate all of your successes, all of your achievements. You are on the road to overcoming procrastination and kicking it out of your life for good. I'm looking forward to hearing about all the tasks you have completed and all of the successes. So please do me a favor, come back, leave a comment, let me know what you did. I would love to hear and share with the community all of your successes. So we covered those: time it, talk about it, set a date, pace yourself, congratulate, and celebrate. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by today. This is me. I'm Dr. Darnita L. Payton, owner of Dr. Declutter Life Management. I am a life management specialist. And again, as I always say, if you watch me on Hoarders, I am so grateful. And I understand that there's a resurgence on Netflix, so go check that out after you finish checking those things off of your list. And I appreciate you so much. I hope that I've inspired you today. This is some more information about me. If you would like to visit my website, it is drdeclutter.com. That's DR, the letter D, the word clutter.com. And I can be found on the YouTube at Dr. Declutter. I have a special email address if you'd like to reach out to me. It's askdrdeclutter@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you if you want to just drop me a personal note. As always, I say don't spam me because I will block you. Yeah, and I won't procrastinate and do it later or someday. I'll do it right away. And I'm very serious about that. Okay. Again, always asking, would you like to see podcasts that accompany this video? Would you like to see blogs or more videos? I would love to know what ideas you would like for me to cover. So thank you as always for taking the time to stop by today. And if no one has told you how awesome you are, I want to let you know that you are absolutely, say it with me, positively awesome. Take care. God bless. Bye.